and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something just a little bit different, and that is we're going to be working on a melodic dubstep drop. And yeah, I'm going to spill the beans on all my melodic dubstep secrets. We're essentially going to transform this into something like this. First things first, with the melodic part, we're going to go ahead and create a chord progression. Cheeky excuse to load up Serum 2. Simple patch, we're going to make that a super source stack very soon, but I just want to get a fundamental chord progression down. This is going to be 8 bars. We need a bit of time to contrast the melodic with the dubstep. So we're going to give both those parts their time to shine, essentially. We're going to go D sharp minor. Minor because this is going to have some, or do we go major for the emotion? No, minor, this is going to be a sad song. Ultimately, we want that to fall on that last note, our root note, D sharp minor. Feeling like a descending chord progression, we eventually end up with that D sharp. That sounds great. So pitch that up an octave. Shortcut with shift and then up once you've selected everything. Alright, chord progression, we want some extra notes, so we're going to go an octave up. And then some extra notes from that. I'm going to go somewhere in between. Octave up. Also, what I find works well with these chord progressions is try to have like lingering notes. So you can see here, all of these notes are different from each other. I might work to change that. So this kind of B extends out, this E sharp or F extends out to here. So I think that helps transition your notes with this chord progression. I might see if I can also add this F sharp onto this last chord. That's nice and moody. The saw wave is just killing the vibe, so we need to super saw this thing. RIP my CPU, here we go. Another instant. Octave up. That's cool. Effects, we can load up some OTT on this. Tiny bit of flange, I can't believe I'm using flange. EQ, we're going to strip that long down. Nice, bright, very full sound. Sub. Randomization off. Phase, where's the phase? Kind of a weak kind of bass sound if you're listening through headphones. The bass isn't as pronounced as it is there, so that's a nice little handy tip. Cool, and also gonna load up some distortion on this bad boy as well. Easy. All we're gonna do for this bass is go into this chord progression, snag the bass notes, and then chuck them in. Currently, it is very, very bland, like there's nothing going on. We need some movement, we need some filter action, we need some stops, and we need some bass, dubstep part, melodic dubstep. But this is just to get our fundamental sound there, and then we're going to absolutely just annihilate this with effects and luscious things. And what I'm going to do is group these two serums together. I am going to resample them into a new track. So I just want this audio, and then we can manipulate the audio. Good. Sweet, mute this in the meantime, auto, solo. I am also going to duplicate this. This is going to be the OG. It's going to stay muted, and I'm not going to touch that, and I'm going to muck around with this one. Typically, this is where you start to get like the complexer elements coming through. What I would recommend is, for instance, try to add some variation for the kick drums and the drop. So instead of having this basic pattern, try adding in some different kicks and different placements. I feel like with melodic dubsteps, with the kicks and snares, as soon as you introduce one, you kind of either add silence or switch up to like a bass or something like that. You'll see as this tutorial kind of progresses a bit more. So what I'm going to do for this drop is whenever the kick happens, I will change up either the bass or this melodic stack that we got going on here. It will kind of add that melodic dubstep sound that we're striving for on this one. So for instance, what I mean is, here's our stack, here's a snare that comes in, I'm gonna chop this here. chop this here. We're gonna have these parts for dubstep or silence. And we've got sections for where our bass is gonna shine. So next up, typically, granulator. Ableton's got a pretty sweet one built in. This OG one, click, hold, drag it into here. I'm gonna play C notes only, because it is gonna treat it like an instrument now. And so you can play different pitches, obviously. But as long as we play C and sweep this kind of, you can hear the chord progression in its entirety. New audio track, there's gonna be resample as well. And record enable for this granulator. And what I'm going to do is set this to play. So it's going to record my MIDI and it's going to record the audio that I'm playing back, I guess. So I'm just going to muck around with these values. Try to create some little ear candies. Cool, we can always come back to that. And the fun part of editing the little ear candy bits and pieces, which I'm probably going to skip forward in this. Okay, so I've got some chops, low octaves, high octaves. So we could just go ahead and like replace this bit. So we have these higher frequency ones, so I could introduce that here. That's that note. And then blend that into, yeah, it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle with complete stroke stuff. So a super rough chord stack, little effects in the background. I'm going to spice up these effects. Bit of OTT on this. And then I like this sound. Cool, that's kind of the melodic elements. We need some filtering and we need some sidechain compression. We want to make those drums stand out and we want to duck these melodic elements whenever kick and snare come in. So, one for the kick. Dial to taste. Infinity. Dial in the snare. I think we'll do a low pass and a high pass. Open up the filter. And just copy and paste this, I guess. And then another filter for the high pass. So we just want a lot of movement. There's swells and more swells. We'll find the places that suit and don't suit. Or just, this is the creative part, this is the fun part. So we've got the two filters doing some random shenanigans. We've got sidechain, a little bit of reverb, a little bit of OTT I'm thinking, and then we'll work on the bass. Just want this larger than life, and somehow it's quieter. In keeping with the spirit of sample manipulation for this tutorial, I'm going to use some bass samples. This is just the gigantic Lego puzzle. This is our bass channel, so we need some sidechain. Because that is cooking. Oh, but we've got a melodic thing. Fuck. Oh, what are these notes doing? B, G sharp, F sharp. B, 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 B. Okay, we want this B. So we are in F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. That's high. You know what? Tones. Okay, want that up 6 as well. F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, A. Sweet. After the basses, obviously comes some glitches. And this will work particularly well in that section where it's just nothing, it's just snare. Chuck them over basses. I'm gonna cut off this bass completely. I'm gonna introduce something new bass. I'm just gonna drag that old bass that we used in our OG stack. But it's doing that, so we might have to take this filter action just for this channel. But you notice the bass is playing all the single notes. We could edit that MIDI, but I'm lazy and there's a shortcut to do that using the gate tool. Gate on the bass, sidechain that from, that's right, it is a sidechain. 15 is our channel with the stack. So whenever the stack plays, the gate opens, lets the sound through. Bada bing, bada boom. I might open up the filter a bit more. Need some effects to help just mash this all together, because it's sounding a little bit too separated and disjointed at the moment, so effects will definitely help bring that together. I feel like melodic dubstep is infamous for that classic white noise downsweep, that. So we'll load that in. I reckon we'll have a group of these, and the group will have sidechain as well. Maybe a little vocal chop, just like a delay. Get rid of that. This is the background effects channel. We don't want any bass, we just want high frequencies, because the low frequencies we're going to reserve for the bass. That could actually be funky. I just want to solid. Like we group this all together. And lastly, I'm sure there's some random shifter preset that's going to make the sound bonkers. Never mind. That's like a tape stop effect. I think that's very promising, and of course what you want to do for the last step is dynamics. I feel like this can go as technical and as messed up as you want. Like, I'm still thinking of ideas on like random shenanigans here and there, but I'm gonna leave it there because that's fundamentally what I think makes up a really sick melodic dubstep drop. I understand melodic dubstep's a little bit daunting to take on. There's so much to it, so many elements that you got to get just right. So if you made it to the end of this video, I have hidden the project file to this track. Bottom link in the description. Download that, enjoy. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you do want to support the channel, I do make sample and serum preset packs. Link will also be in the description for those. This was a lot of fun. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.